What's shaking YouTubers and simmers from all across the globe? I'm Seda Brees and this is Seda Brees Gaming. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to stop your Sims 3 game from crashing when you're installing CC, which us simmers know as custom content. So I'm going to walk you through how to stop your game from crashing and lagging in under 5 minutes. Let's get into it. Now, step 1 may be the most important step of them all. So the first thing you're going to do is locate your Sims 3 folder, which would be inside of your documents usually, and it's going to be inside the Electronica Arts folder. Once you've found the folder, I want you to copy and paste it either to your desktop or somewhere else that you can easily find it just in case you need it. So basically you're duplicating the original state of your Sims 3 folder. Keep in mind, in preparation for this video, I had already completed some of the steps that I'm going to be teaching y'all how to do. So some of them weren't recorded. So you're not going to see every step, but I am going to teach you step by step for every bit of this process. So let's move on to step 2. You need to open up the downloads folder that is within the Sims 3 Electronica Arts folder. And you also need to open up your Sims 3 launcher and look at the install list. Now look to see if you have all of your current downloads installed. If there's anything in there that hasn't been installed yet, install it now. Once everything installs into your game, which will show in your launcher, delete everything in the downloads folder. Because once it's installed, you don't need the download file. Once you've completed that, let's move on to step 3. You need to open the folder named DC Cache, which is your downloaded content cache. And you're going to highlight everything that's in there and copy and paste it into a new folder named Patterns that is within that same folder. Now on to step 4. You're going to scroll and look at the sizes of these files. So you're going to scroll to the right, all the way to the right. And the reason why you're looking at the sizes of these files is because the size of them is what can cause your game to move slow, lag, and even crash. Now look specifically at the EBC and DBC files only. If any of these are anywhere near 250,000, you need to move them into that patterns folder. Do not delete them. Do not delete them, but move them into that patterns folder. And the key to this is, as you download custom content, pay attention to the sizes of these specific EBC and DBC files. As long as they're not at 250,000 or anywhere near it, you're good. But if they're near that number, you need to move those files. And the next step goes hand in hand with the last one. As you download more content and then you install it into your game through your launcher, you're going to go back to your downloads folder and delete all of that stuff how you did in the beginning. Because again, once it's installed into your game through the Sims launcher, you can delete it out of your Sims 3 downloads folder. And that leads right into step 6. Now you're going to go to a folder called DC Backup. You're going to need to make another folder called Patterns that is within this folder, the DC Backup. And you're going to highlight everything here and move it into its own patterns folder. So every time you go to the DC cache and clear those files up when they get close to 250,000, you need to come to the DC backup right after that. And finally, I'm going to give you one more tip on how to stop your game from lagging and crashing. Within your Sims 3 Electronica Arts folder, go to your screenshots and your recorded videos and delete that stuff. Delete that stuff because you know you ain't doing nothing with it. And if anything, just make a copy of it, paste it somewhere in a separate folder, but remove it from your game folder so your game runs smoother. If you watched this far, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and be sure to stay tuned because there's so much more on the way.